the conversation's not going to stop because
Mhm.
globally we are panicking globally, right?
Mm. Mhm.
But there's a way but there's a way that the conversation is framed as individuals' choices as opposed to structural realities. So, and Black people
Mhm.
taught to hate ourselves.
Yep.
So, even when we're speaking about our own individual self,
Mhm.
it's drenched in hatred, right? So
Whew.
then we have to speak to each other. Those hater vibes are part of the conversation, right?
Mhm.
But when we're looking at, what Ebony K. Williams is saying, it's successful mating. How do you successfully mate?
Mhm.
That is the research question. Whenever like I see Black people hating on each other, I'm like, how is another culture that does not hate each other having this conversation?
Ooh.
Right? So
Mhm.
the Chinese are having this conversation. The Chinese have been having this conversation for decades. The one
Mhm.
child policy was a result of this conversation
Mhm.
about how do you successfully mate. But the Chinese, they got a good 4,000 years of documented history that everybody knows. So they don't hate themselves. So
Mm.
they can organize themselves and have productive conversations. So, for example, they had the one child rule. And then a few decades ago, they were like, no, like a few years ago, they're like, y'all, our bad. This ain't working because we need more people. Please have all of the babies. So, right? So this is
Yeah.
so this is how they're having that conversation because they don't hate themselves. Like even places like Japan and Korea, they're
Mhm.
talking about these things. Like, why don't women want to have babies? Well, it's expensive. The amount of time it takes to go to school, so it's like you have these governments that reflect the people and the needs of the people. So they're tinkering with it. Meanwhile,
Mhm. And
hating our Black asses, America. Ebony K. Williams, you're a cunt. You a bitch. You ain't shit. You ain't ever gonna be shit. Your mama pussy stink. Like, what?
yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're lost in the big picture because we don't see the self-hate going on.
It's like we do know because like it's like the way that the Black person's brain is so traumatized. Like on one side of the brain, we know what white hegemony has done on our self image, right?
Mhm.
But then when we're talking to each other, it's like
Mhm.
this idea doesn't stick with this idea.
Yeah.
So we know that there's self-hatred issues, but when we're talking to each other, we're like, oh, like this isn't self-hatred that I'm projecting out there. I'm just so passionate because of how wrong she is. Like,
Right.
to go back to the China example,
Mhm.
they step back, they're like, oh shoot, we need more babies.
That
We stat.
even
Let's
though they have a billion in population,
right, exactly. Right. They're just
they need more babies.
they're just like, we need more babies. All right. We need more sweat factory workers for Shein.
Yo, please, please. We just started back on this.
I'm part of the problem.
Yo,
But it's just like when China decided to
that's
uh
not how you get a sponsorship. Let me tell you that right now.
listen, listen, Shein is everywhere in this apartment.
Oh my god.
Um,
Is that a moo? Is that your moo from Shein?
no, this is an Amazon Mumu. And it wasn't a good move because I watched it once and then all of the pills. I need to use that little fabric shaver thing. I haven't had time. But
Yeah.
no, but it's like when the Chinese realized that they made a mistake, you didn't see Chinese social media talking about the generation of legislators like fuck them, they hate Chinese people, No, it's just like, because like they don't hate themselves. So
Yeah,
they-
that's
so